Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and well, it's been a little bit since I've uploaded anything, and well, all that will get explained in a different video. But in this video, which is going to be a part 1 of 2 that I'm uploading today, or at least I'm going to attempt to have uploaded by the end of the day, we're just going to go through a nice 2019 flashback. That's going to be fun, I hope. So, a few feats that we managed to accomplish. Got over, I believe this year, I got over 100 subs. Currently at 118. I dropped it by a couple. And I honestly can kind of understand why. I made many fond memories throughout the year. Had some ups, some downs. And overall, I think we had a pretty good year on this channel. I'm not disappointed with what we got. I'm pretty happy. Although I'm a little more upset at myself for not upholding some of the things that I would have wanted to. So, we're just going to go ahead and have a quick look through the year. A little bit of a look back through some of the highlights. Starting off the year right. I put the URL links in this, even though it might be a little bit difficult to type all that out. This one was from basically one of the first episodes I had of the year, Elder Scrolls Legends. It was when the Dunmer Pants, or whatever it was called, Stolen Pants. That's what it's called. That's when this card came out.
Eclipse Baroness.
He's going to attempt to draw away to win. I think that's going to do it, though. Okay, and that's perfect. That's good lethal. Didn't get to show off the pants in this game, but did get to show off just how good Gardener's sword. Yeah, I kind of forgot that one didn't have a battle pant, that didn't have pants in it, but the point of that deck was play the Keeper of Swords and the Gardener of Swords and just try to stack up as many pairs of pants on it as I could. And every time somebody with pants would die, as long as it wasn't him, they give the pants to the Dunmer, who would then give a copy to the Gardener of Swords, and then Gardener of Swords would summon another sheepish Dunmer. And rinse and repeat. Oh, that was a fun video. I remember that one pretty fondly, actually. Anyways, next one was the capture card upgrade. So at Christmas time last year, I got a capture card as a Christmas gift. And this was the first ever video that I had with the capture card. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and this is a test for my new capture card. I figured we'd start on a game that I've already played. And that one, oops, sorry, that one sort of ended abruptly. That one I ended up getting the 101st power cell, essentially the final power cell that I didn't have. The only power cell that I didn't have, and at that point I believe I don't know if I 100%ed that game, but I came either very close or I did. And in Jak and Daxter, I had never played that before, so I was pretty happy with that. And now something completely from left field. I was going through all my videos and kind of noticed this. Now I do apologize if this next one is a bit loud. This was for when I was doing my Block Fortress series so long ago. My goodness, it's been a long time. But yeah, this one was the most popular video of that, and I have no idea why. And it was, well, we'll reveal that what was so special about this later on, why I decided to add it. And they're all there now. This essentially was a test for the gravity gun, as you can see. My favorite weapon in the game.
The best thing about this is you can jump in your own gravity indicating field.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that weapon a lot. Arguably one of my favorite weapons in the game too. And now for another Elder Scrolls Legends. This was kind of my last ESL inspiration, like really inspired to do a push. Yeah, I've had a couple more here and there, but this was the last. I feel my last true inspiration.
Would it be this month? Why not? It'd be while I'm recording for YouTube. This for YouTube. I will get to the legend rank. And all it took me was really just a couple things to go my way and to keep believing that I have a chance. That eventually things will line up. Just like it did in this game.
Oh, if only I could see myself now. If only I could see myself now. We'll have more on Elder Scrolls Legends a little in the 2020 content for at least the next 4 months. But yeah, I think that was really my last real inspiration for this game until I hit another really big milestone, essentially my last milestone in Elder Scrolls Legends. And now for a fun ESL highlight. This was taken from, just as a bit of a memento to the game, that I essentially played volleyball with the one and only Guildsword Honeytongue. This was...
I'll take one of those, please. No, you're going to use my own card against me. Wait a second.
Oh, that was also a fun. I never won that game. I didn't win that game. I ended up losing after I think 15 or so turns of just passing Guildsworn Honeytongue and the strongest creature on the board at the time, back and forth. It was super fun. I enjoyed that game. Oh, that was a fun match. I wish I had more of those ones. It was also on the live stream too, so some of you guys even got to see that live. And then, how could I forget this? This memento achievement of hitting rank 4. We draw a card. We're getting the value. Oh my gosh, yes. Our orb is online. We've pulled out a Hive Defender from his deck. I'm gonna play it here. Hit the execute on that. This is looking good. 12 health. Come on. Come on, deck. Don't fail me now. Corsair ship. Yes, I like that. Come on. Come on. Come on, please. He's going to execute it. I think he's giving it. Yes! Oh, yes! Yes! Oh gosh! Yeah! Oh, that was a good one too. Hitting rank 4. I went upstairs afterwards, after making that video, and well, my family was essentially going, "Excuse me, what happened down there? What happened? Is everything okay?" I said, "Yes." I finally got to I finally hit a milestone that I've been looking for almost forever now. And then we have, pardon me for just a second, quickly turn this one down a little bit, so that we can, actually I might even just mute it for now. Yeah, we'll just mute this one for now. So, well, this one might be, I think it was a little on the quieter side. It sounds like something funny's going on upstairs, but anyways, this was another really big one for me, considering that I had started Jack 2 last year, and finally decided to get back into it and upload the episodes. Maybe Elder Scrolls Legends. Well, we won't spoil that, even though it's kind of obvious. So I remember thinking this whole fight, because I thought I had to be perfect with this last part. Just to put a little bit of context, I'm at 1 health. And any attack that he did that. Any attack that he does is kill.
I'm in for the melee. Coming in for the melee.
I'm sweating at this point.
Okay, just play it safe, play it safe, play it safe. Okay.
Yeah! Come on. Yes! And that was the kill on the boss. I was very happy to see that because I think for that one, even though you didn't really see everything involved in that, that took quite a long time. Like, many attempts to beat that. I think overall, the first section leading up to that point, I took about 10, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then it was another, I believe, 20 or so minutes of just repeating this, like trying to beat this boss, and I kept dying at certain points. At one point, I think it was either the first or the second attempt, I had managed to almost kill him. I used Dark Jack with the Dark Bomb ability that you saw at the end there. However, it wasn't quite enough. And he managed to launch a projectile that killed me. Almost like a couple seconds after I landed trying to dodge his attacks. So, yeah, that was really disheartening, but I kept going at it, and I won. And now we have the reviving of the RimWorld series. I think I tried to stream it, I tried doing videos on it, and I kind of just gave up on it after time. And at some point I said, you know what? I'm going to bring this game back to life. I'm kind of getting back into it now. I'm still really into it nowadays, as well as somewhat along the lines of not Elder Scrolls. Well, I guess Skyrim a tiny bit, but No Man's Sky, that was the game I was thinking of. 3. Yeah, this is a little more than 3. Crash Landing. Oh my gosh, it has been a long time since I've been in the world of RimWorld. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, we have this tiny river, which sucks, but I'll take it. I'm looking around. I'm not seeing any. So those of you who were keeping up to date with RimWorld series, might not recognize that was the first base that I had while I had RimWorld installed on my PC. Then when I moved it over to the hard drive because the game had crashed as I had ran out of memory for it to play off of, I had to reinstall all the mods, and unfortunately the old file was not recoverable, which really sucked. I lost a couple other personal files, which I didn't really mind that, but losing that file, especially since I had such an amazing start on that, it kind of sucked. But it made way for the RimWorld that we currently have, and that one, well, we're also going to share what happens to that next time, in the next portion. So now we have Delves Through Crypts, our Skyrim adventure. It's been a fairly long voyage here. Finally made it. Why did I ever decide to come to this place? It's frozen. There's people running around the dock. Above all, it's not like home. That was a portion for the first episode. That one, I ended up redoing the intro for that 4 or 5 times. like doing a little bit of it. And the goal, well, for that was to essentially get up to the main gates, and when I entered, cut the video there, and listen to myself, use it as a pre-recorded, or listening to myself over, seeing if I liked how I set the tone. I ended up doing that about 4 or 5 times. One of them, admittedly, was a crash. The game had crashed, but still, I spent a long time on that. And no, I have not stopped the series. None of these series I have stopped. Well, none of the ones that haven't came to their natural conclusion or the grand finale I have stopped, like Jak 2. And speaking of series that ending our Civilization 4 Rise of Mankind series, which I believe I started at the top of the year, give or take a couple of weeks. But yeah, this was I was so happy when I finished this, because this had been a long time coming, and it had been a long time since I actually finished a game of Civ 4, because most of the time I get, to that powerhouse point where I essentially couldn't be stopped and got bored. But this one, that wasn't the case. Do it, game! Oh, I see so much. There's more borders popping. Come on, that has to be it. Wait, why have they canceled production? Why have you stopped building culture? Oh, because your borders popped. Well, you should just always build culture. Not allowed to build anything else but culture. Tell me that's it. I won. And that's the game, folks. Oh, that was albeit a bit of an annoying series, but that was a fun one. I did enjoy that series, making that one. I do want to do a Caveman to Cosmos at some point, however, it's not gonna be for a while, at least. Not until at least one of the other main series that I have going on, or about to start, come up. And as this one is titled End of the Line, unfortunately the video that this is about to take is the final one that will be ever, or not ever, but at least until a certain point of this game. And well, I may have hinted at it earlier, but it's kind of obvious. So this was a take of the final win that I've had, at least on video. I return doing it. That could be a real big issue. Especially if he has squished the weekend. I'm thinking that I Manticore that. Oh, that's a gargoyle. Honestly, not the end of the world. Oh, hang on a second. No, I don't even need to do that. I equip Battle Spear to you. Yeah, he's trying. Alright, depends on what happens here. Oh, actually, I still have lethal regardless. And GG. So yeah, unfortunately, as we leave, well, we've already left 2019, but in this video, as we leave, it's, yeah, I'm not quite sure how to put into words, but Elder Scrolls Legends for now is being left behind in 2019. And and I got this on shuffle. I didn't mean to have this on just shuffle. Oops. Let's see here. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. My bad. Let's do this one. Quiet. On the oh dear. Sorry about that. There we go. Alright, that's a bit better. Anyways, let's move on to the top videos that I've had during the year of 2019. Now how these are going to go is I'm going to have, last year I had top 3, this one I have top 5, and then an all-time best video. So in 5th place we have The Deck Works Unlike My Blank, Elder Scrolls Legends at 263 views. And that was one where I was testing out a new deck, and I think I forgot to turn my microphone on. Either that or OBS was having a bit of a issue. Sometimes it still does, especially with the double mic. But anyways, yeah, that was our 5th place video. In number 4, it's Making the End Memorable, which had which was featured as one of the highlights on it a little while ago. That one was a good video. I was pretty happy with the way that one turned out, especially with voicing over it in the end. At number 3, have a nice relaxing game with Alduin, and I put that one in question. Oh, I forgot to change some of that text to white to make it not contrast with the background. I wanted to find a different background than just black. This one didn't quite work out as well as I was hoping to, but it kind of works. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Anyways, the reason I have the question mark there is because I think I may have accidentally given it a view, or either that or making the end memorable a view, because one of them jumped up to 332. And well, at the time I wasn't really sure whether or not to call it, but at the time that I was looking through the lists and not going to actually watch the videos, that one did have that one looked like it had the upper hand. And this game was a game where my opponent, for some reason, decided to give a dragon deck, me, Alduin, and lost the game because of it. So yeah. At number 2, we have a video, that Block Fortress video that I showed, which is called Block Fortress: The Weapon Review of the Cryo Gun, Gravity Gun, and the Shrink Gun. At 340 views, I also think is one of the more disliked videos, and I can kind of understand why. It's well, at the time I think I was still trying to play around with audio settings with. May have recorded that off the capture card, I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, that one's audio was a little all over the place. You could barely hear me in the background. Obviously, sometimes that happens every now and then. I am trying to fix that little by little as we go. I think this one is okay, with the exception of the music. The music might be too loud or maybe just be too soft. Yeah. And our number 1, which also happens to be the all-time best, is Discount Daedra Conjuring at 566. Some of it says 566, some of this says 563. I went with 566, and indeed it is our all-time best. That's also one of my personal favorite ones. It was a great video, just playing around with Heretical Conjure. Super fun. Super fun. Hey, music, what's going on? You good? Yep, we're good. That's good. And yeah, so, now I decided to add in a new category of most watched streams, because I did enough streams this year that I think I could make one of these. Now, I'm hoping next year within this year, that I'll be able to get more streams out in a different variety than Elder Scrolls Legends. Obviously, since ESL is no longer continuing. But in number 5, we have the Alliance War Madness stream when that first released at 92. That one was a pretty fun one. Not my most favorite expansion, but it did add in a few really awesome cards, including Galarian, who for some reason decided to be my savior whenever I played him. We have the a Alliance War Fun stream, which came in at 104. Now I don't know if this is concurrent or just total views of people occasionally dipping in and out. Not 100% sure, but that was another fairly fun one as well. Not 100% sure what I did. I think I'd mainly played against people and Levin as well. I think I came up with the deck that currently, even though it has 4 or 5 games to its name, I don't think it's ever lost. And I never played it again because of that. So I could go, well, hey guys, look, I invented a deck that has an 100% win rate. That was a fun one. It was fun. And then we have the Jaws of Oblivion livestream at 151. Not my most favorite expansion, and honestly, I think that's the expansion that many people came back for. Then at the same time, many people left because of it. Invade's just a little overpowered mechanic. And by little, I mean if you don't stop the gates from going out of control, then you're done. Actually, as a matter of fact, if your opponent is allowed to stack up a few Invade cards in their hand, or gets a good start, you're just dead from the start. Not very fun. Number 2, we have Legends, or Moons of Elsewhere expansion. Now that one had some pretty cool cards in it. It also introduced, for the first time in a long time, new dual class cards, or Legends, which was pretty cool. I think I also made a Pilfer Khajiit deck with Chimera in it, and it was kind of inspired based on that, and also inspired from seeing somebody try this similar concept. Yeah, that was another one. And then number 1, this one should be really no surprise for Elder Scrolls Legends. It's the Isles of Madness stream. I've been hyped for that for such a long time. That expansion in Oblivion was really, really good. And while I don't really feel like it got translated to be as good in Legends, it was still an enjoyable experience nonetheless. Still have never done the Master Modes for this. I never did the Master Modes with any of those. Might be a good reason to go back in the game when they start updating it again, if they ever start updating it again. It's still sad to hear about that. But yeah, Elder Scrolls Legends, no surprise, takes the top for most watched streams. Especially Isles of Madness. And yeah, that is the all-time favorite. Now for most liked video. In number 5, well, a lot of these are going to be Elder Scrolls Legends based again. Turn this down just a little bit. A little too loud. There we go. Anyways, coming in at number 5, we have the Support made each Singleton Strikes Back, or Strikes Again. This was a pretty fun one. This was a Gauntlet stream, or not a Gauntlet stream, but a Gauntlet video that was essentially restricted you to anything before, I believe, the Clockwork City expansion. So, well, including that expansion as well, which was what brought forth Singleton. It may have also included House of Morrowind. I don't remember that off the top of my head. But I just remember pulling out Singleton Age, and I had a blast with that. It was so fun. Oh, it had Frostbark Collection, I believe. I don't remember going, yes, this used to be so powerful back in the day. Now it really isn't, which sucks, because honestly, it could warrant having the Manacora treatment, where it essentially got its nerf taken away from it and restored back to the original card. But that being said, I don't think they're going to do that. I still am keeping my ears peeled for ESL news, and the new card they released for the month of December looks actually pretty interesting. It's essentially I think it works similar to a Golden Saint, except it's also immune to lethal, which makes sense because the Alien Guardians, which is the name of the card, were creatures that you'd fight along the Thieves Guild mission. You fought 2 of them, and they were guarding the pathway into the upper levels of the White Gold Concordia, that's the treaty that they signed. The Imperial Palace, let's just call it that, since I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But anyways, enough lore. Let's just keep moving onward. In 4th place, we had Support Mage, but more agile, and that came in with 8 likes. And this one was when I took a Support Mage that, you know, it was a pretty good deck, and I believe this was when Alliance War came out, the triple class, and we had another wave of triple classes. So I took it and made it into a Dominion deck, and that was a cool concept at the time. Obviously, not so much anymore, but what can you do? Coming at number 3, we have making the end memorable at 10, and there's no introduction needed for this video. We already seen it before. It came in on, I believe, it was the 3rd most liked video. I can't even remember that far back. My goodness. But yeah, there's that one. Number 2 was Discount Daedra Conjuring. I was surprised that this was not the most liked video, and it comes just underneath the last year's liked video at 15 likes, which was a random announcement for the PS2 series. And I think that one might have been from 2017, I'm not 100% sure, but still, that one was a rather interesting how I managed to get that many likes and the video didn't have that many views. So yeah, somebody is lying to me on those stats, and I don't know who it is. But now for the most liked video of 2019, and it does surpass last year's champion, and that's a nice relaxing game with Alduin. We've already seen this one. I should have changed some of that text to white, my apologies, but that came in with 17 likes. Again, I don't understand in what world do you give somebody who's playing with that type of deck essentially the most powerful card that that's easily attainable for them. All I have to do is just kill dragons. That's it. And yes, that is the most liked video of all time. So next year I'll go back through the list for 2020, or actually I guess this year we'll go back through it. Let's see if we can beat 17. Last year I think I challenged people to beat 15, and we did, and we have some much better videos up on the list too. So my hat's off to you, ladies and gentlemen out there. And now for my personal favorites. In 5th place, it's Civilization 4 Rise of Mankind gameplay 53, the alternate timeline correction, where essentially my game had crashed while I was trying to get out, and I wasn't able to save the file. However, I was very fortunate that I was able to save the recording. So, and this one was about 2 or 3 hours of grinding just to get back to this point. I lost a lot more stuff. I could have taken the cheesy route and just cheated my way to that point, but no, I just went for it with what I had at the time, trying to stay close to what I had conquered. However, I did end up losing a lot more stuff. I think they took back a city or two and that I had to retake it. And well, yeah, this one was just it was a grind, and it remains one of my personal favorites because that was a time that I was not only able to similarly repeat the actions I did in the past, but I had managed to, in some ways, come out a little bit ahead, even though I was a little bit behind as well. Number 4 was Sly Cooper 2, Band of Thieves, Anatomy for Disaster, the final part, and that game's ender. It was, honestly, I was kind of sad to see it go. It was a fun game. I enjoyed it. Some parts I went, not really, but overall, I look back and go, I enjoyed this game. I'm so happy with it. I'm really happy that I did decide to play the game. It was a great, fun experience. that I never got to experience as a child because I quit on essentially just barely getting into the game, and then coming back and playing through what I essentially had missed was perfect. And I even 100% of the game, which was even better. In third place comes Monster Hunter World, further Witcher 3 crossover explanation. That one I did the name is a little bit misleading compared to the episode that I uploaded after it, this was the actual Leshen fight. That was oh boy, that was a fun one. But yeah, it was a very enjoyable experience to go through, fight the Leshen as Geralt of Rivendar. Now look at him, he's got his own Netflix show too, which I haven't seen too much of it, but I plan on changing that. But yeah, Leshen fight, very hard, but a really worthwhile experience for people. If you haven't fought, if you have Monster Hunter World but haven't fought the Leshen yet, highly recommend you do that, okay? Because this was a great crossover. At number 2, I couldn't leave this one out. This one was really close to number 1, but I ultimately didn't put it into number 1. It delves through Cripps Roleplay Skyrim Episode 1. It's the first ever roleplay that I've ever done, and I can only really speak on what I think. I think so far I've done a decent job at it. I had a couple comments confirming that, and I'm just hoping that I can keep going with that series in the future, or keep that level of roleplay up in the future. And of course, my number 1, which needs, again, no introduction, nothing else. Can't really say anymore because I've already mentioned it so many times. Making the end memorable. And that, well, actually, no, this one I didn't mention so many times. This honestly speaks for itself. Hitting rank 4 in Legends was a big accomplishment for me. It was the furthest point. I reached further than I ever could. Maybe in the future, if they do decide to ever update the game anymore with actual expansion or something really interesting, and it brings people back into the game, maybe at some point I'll be able to push the boundary even more. But as it stands, that's the best I'm going to be able to get out of Legends. Alright, what have I been up to this whole time? Exactly. Kind of explain a little bit on that now that we've done a recap. So, I've been enjoying and relaxing, having fun over the holidays. I had 4 weeks off. Another one which has happened recently, I've failed to fix the RimWorld series that I got going on, so unfortunately I do have to restart. But that one's I'm hoping to be a fun restart, not a sad one. This one I'm kind of happy that I'm going to restart it, as I did do, closer to the end of it, I did do a lot of dumb things. One of them was leaving the base that I started out to try to go up to the AI Persona core that had a ship for me. Number 2 was turning around and trying to come back home, and I lost the colony. I lost all the colonists on the road because of just constant raids against them. It wasn't a fun experience. So rather than have a video on that, it's just, I'm gonna, at the start of my RimWorld series, it's just going to be an explanation of, hey, yeah, this happened, it sucks, but we're moving on to the next one. And I've also been recently getting ready for the next wave of content, which will be explained in the next part of this episode. I do have to kind of wrap this up. We're going on 45 minutes, and this is going to be about an hour long. I've been also trying to pick up more hours at work. I've been doing that pretty decently. I got a new manager at our store, and he's been tossing a few grocery hours my way. I work as a cashier, normally. And yeah, I've been trying to pick up some more shifts so I can get a little more money for school, my future, and potentially maybe even improving upon the setup that I got here right now. And also dealing with some personal issues, which includes this channel. For a while, I was really debating just not doing this anymore. I was going, you know what, I'm kind of tired of it, and I don't see this going anywhere. And after a while, I said, you know what, channel isn't dead. It's not dead yet. So we're keeping this going. Keep this train going. A big contributor to this, by the way, was was Elder Scrolls Legends, trying to get ahead in that game, and ultimately getting nowhere. Just get beat constantly with, honestly, decks that kind of got a little bit lucky in their games. Some of them, a couple of them didn't, but I believe out of 9 games that I had played back to back to back, I lost all of them, and there were a couple of them that went, yeah, that one was a fair fight. I can admit that. And then others were, okay, you got the golden start with Invade. I'm drawing all my late game cards now in the exact order of most expensive to least. And yeah. Anyways, let's just move on to some future plans. For that, you're going to need to check out the content update January 2020 to April 2020. Currently, as of right now, I haven't recorded yet, but I have it all ready to go. I just need to actually record the episode and put it up. So if you're seeing this, just shortly after this has been uploaded, chances are that this video is not uploaded yet. Give it about a day or so, and it should be uploaded. That explains the next 4 months of planned content, and why I say next 4 is because, well, after April, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing at that point. I hope to get a full-time job, in which case I'm hoping that I have a couple series that either have all their episodes pre-recorded, or we've finished a few of them. In 4 months, I should be able to finish a couple of them, but yeah. This time, I plan on being more organized, I'm ready, and I have a proper recording schedule, which, do I cover that? I might not cover that in this one. I think I cover that in the content update. So again, for all information, check that video out. This schedule should be able to work around both my school and work schedule better than last year. Last year was more of, okay, I get home, I do a bit of homework, I record, I post, and while it's posting, I do a little more homework. Now this time it's going to be, I have a couple dedicated days towards recording, and, well, yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that point. There might be some complications, but I'm not giving up on this. Not giving up on this channel. Honestly, I've been having a lot of fun doing this stuff, and I hope you guys have. Which, by the way, you should leave a like if you have, or subscribe. Oh, look at that! Shameless. I'm not sure what shameless it is, but it is shameless nevertheless, and a little bit of a glimpse into the future. So, here's the what the master schedule looks like. I'll explain all that in the next time. But I do have a question. What do you guys want to see? What would you like to see in 2020 off this channel? I know personally, I'm gonna try really hard to keep content flowing. Personally, I'd like to see 200 by the end of the year. I mean, we're already at one point we were about a fifth of the way there. So if you know somebody who's enjoying my stuff, or you think somebody who will, tell them, hey, go check this channel out. Maybe consider leaving a subscribe if you really enjoyed it, or like if you just enjoyed it. Maybe even a dislike if you didn't. Some people have been doing that, and that's fine. It does like and dislike tells me what you guys like. If you don't like a video, throw up a dislike on it. If you like a video, hit the like. That way I know what you guys are enjoying. And once as well, thank you to all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me throughout the year. I know the end of the year has been a little hard with school, but I'm hoping that this new year is going to be a little bit easier. So, as always, thank you for watching. Like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you really enjoyed. Highly recommend checking out every video that was featured here. Hopefully When I go to upload this, I remember to add the links in for each of the videos featured in this, and it would, well, yeah, you know, I've kind of rambled on for a long time now, so yeah, that'll do for today, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, until next time, take it easy.